friends, welcome to this video log. This is Mudit here from Remax, and today I will be discussing about top 5 things which a seller should keep in mind before listing their property in the market. So let's start. The first and most important thing is pricing of the property. The pricing of the property has to be as objective as possible without being emotional. You have to arrive at the fair market value of the property. This can be done with the help of a realtor, where he or she would find out similar specification homes which have sold in recent past in your immediate neighborhood, doing any price adjustments if your property has some additional elements and upgrades for those, and also if your property is missing out on some additional elements and upgrades as comparison to the comparables. So those plus and minus adjustments need to be done with extreme care. And finally arriving at a fair market value by doing this process which is called comparative market analysis. This fair value needs to be used to pitch the property to the market. The initial 8 to 10 days when a property goes on a board listing like MLS are very important, because this is the time where your property will gain maximum traction, and doing the right pricing right at the first time goes a long way to ensure you are able to sell at a decent price and without any issues in the entire process, and it becomes smooth and you have much needed peace of mind. The second item which I want to discuss is depersonalize and declutter, the two very important Ds when you list a property. So by decluttering, what here really means is removing any items or belongings in the property which are not really being used. This is a high time or opportunity to take a stock of the situation and save all those items neatly organized in boxes in your garage, or stack them in the basement, or if it's an apartment, you can always store them in a storage area or a pot by renting that pot. By doing this, what really you are doing is you are making the house or the property look more spacious and roomier to prospective clients, buyers, when they come in the property to have a view. It would allow them to move freely without any obstruction in the property, and determine and relate to the usage of the property, appreciate that this property fulfills their need. By depersonalizing here, what it really means is any personal photographs of your family or friends, or any religious artifacts which are very personal to you, those are the items which you want to stack them and put them aside, because the intent here is when a prospect buyer comes to view the property, we want to give them a clean slate. We want them to visualize your home as their potential new home. So the personal artifacts, if we leave them there, those really become they really come in the path of a future prospect to that visualization. So it's in our best interest as a seller to remove any personal artifacts and store them for our future home. The third thing which I want to discuss is home that shows well, sells well. So by showing here, I mean to say right from the outside curb appeal when you enter the property, it should be absolutely spick and span. Each and every nook and corner should be taken care. It should be avoiding any dirt. There should not be any odors in the property, right on the bedrooms or in the kitchen. One should avoid preparing any meals which are having strong smells during those days when the property is active on the board and viewings are happening. Your interest as a seller is when a prospect buyer comes to view, they spend as much time as possible in the property. When a buyer spends more time in a property, there are more chances that they will like the property, and that will translate to an offer, which is the end state, what you want. How to ensure that is by keeping it clean, tidy, devoid of any odor, and you will be fine. Maximize natural light entry into the home. So if you have lot of curtains in your property, ensure that all those curtains are nicely opened or blinds are half open, so that natural light is pouring in the property. you want to showcase that this home has abundance of natural light, and you don't want to close that by having those curtains and blinds all over. So if in your property natural light is not that much or windows are smaller in bedrooms, ensure that you leave open the lights of the room when the showings are happening, so that the prospect buyer doesn't feel that there is a shortage of light in the property. This is especially true in the basement areas. If there are small windows in the basement areas, ensure that they are well lit. Another mention I would like to make here is many a times we observe that listings are there, but there are showing restrictions, that showings are allowed only between 4 hours every day or 3 hours every day. When you are listing a property, it's in your best interest to get maximum footfalls in the property. So be ready and accommodate any showing requests which are received, because main thing is, if showings are not happening, property will not sell. So if at all any showing requests are there, we need to ensure that we are accommodating them by giving them a green signal. And the next point which I want to mention is high quality photographs. So it's really amazing, and when I see listings, board listings, many a times I see the photos are not taken, they are taken in a very bad light, and there is exposure is not at all correct for the photos, or the viewing angles how they are taken don't represent and do the justice to the property. The catch here is the photographs, the virtual tour, the description in the board listing. All these things are brand ambassadors for your property. These are the windows first which, when a prospective buyer sees through their buyer broker or directly themselves, when they see the listings, these are the things which ask them to reach out and ask their broker to show the property. If we have not done justice, if these things are not taken with high quality, then what it really means is we are losing out on good buyers to come to our property. Another thing which is very important is that the quality of buyers depends on the quality of this marketing material which we have prepared. If you have shoddy photographs or shoddy tours for a property, you are attracting buyers which are not really motivated and which are looking for bargains. If you have quality photographs, you will see that quality people will come because they know the product is good, which is in this case property. The product is good, it presents well, and let us go and see the house, and it will translate to offers. Again, when you are listing a property, your whole intention is to have maximum footfalls in the property, and then those footfalls translating them to offers. So that will happen. The first step of that is the marketing material, which is really photography, the description, and the virtual tour of our property. So these things need to be taken care of with extreme due diligence, and you will be fine in your selling. The last thing which I want to mention is that all the spaces in your property should be well defined. If there is a study corner or a study nook, just ensure it has a table. It need not be heavy furniture, it can be a light furniture, but each and every space should signify how it is utilized. This goes a long way in making sure that the prospect buyer, when they are reviewing the property, they understand that this property is very usable. All the places in this property are well defined and can be utilized. Like for example, another example which I want to give you is, suppose there is a room which is 10.5 feet by 10 feet in dimension, a bedroom. There, one way is we leave the room empty. A prospect buyer comes in and sees, oh, this is a small room. It probably won't fit even a double bed. So let's see some other property. The rooms are small in this one. Vis-a-vis, same room, if we had ensured a double bed is there, when the same prospect buyer comes in, they see, no, this room can really house a double bed and still there is enough space to move around. So they appreciate that this is a usable bedroom, and the same property seem little bit better to them, which will translate to more probable offers on the property. So these are small things to ensure all the spaces in your property, family room, living room, everything is usable, breakfast area, and shows utility to the prospective buyer. Thanks so much for watching this video log. The description and the detailed blog on this video log can be found in the description below. Feel free to read it and subscribe to my channel for such awesome content in future as well. Thanks so much. Take care. Have an awesome day.